me, it's Peter Obi, Nigeria.
So it was because of Nigeria that you thought this was the man?
Yes.
Right.
And for Nigeria that I believe we need to have at this point in time, Peter Obi is
still the man.
If I like guys to complete that video, this is not just a video about P2B. It's a video that I find educative for everybody to watch to the end. Like I said, watch to the end. You'll not regret this video because this man is actually a wise man. He came up and was telling us some things that we need to know about life, not just about P2B, about politics and about life. I like guys to watch it to the end. Just take a look and then you can air your own views in the comment section. Enjoy the video, guys.
There's a council you're a member of, Interaction Council. And one of the things that they said on their website is that the life that you've lived has raised the stature of President Obasanjo above that of any other living Nigerian. When you hear a comment like that, what do you think? How do you respond? Does it feel gratifying or does it feel exaggerated?
You know, people are entitled to make comments and remarks. There are no two people in the world who have had the same experience. None. Even if they are twins, their experiences will be different. At least they won't marry the same woman. And their experiences are bound to be different. I thank God the opportunities that I have had, both local, continental, and global, that had made me to have the advantage of meeting and sharing views and actually interacting with some of the best brains and best achievers in the world, whether in the field of politics, in the field of religion, in whatever field, diplomacy, business, agriculture, whatever. To me, it has made me humble. But it has also made me to continue to thank God for allowing me to have such opportunity, which has meant a lot in my life.
Right. How so? How has it meant a lot in your lives?
Oh, the impact, that interaction with these people, I learned a lot from them.
Right.
A lot.
Does it hurt when you find somebody?
Yes.
I mean, I'm talking in this case about, let's use an Elfa as an example. You find a talent, you elevate the talent to national prominence. While the person is in office, the person sings your praises, says, look, anytime, any house I demolished, Baba gave me the full authority, full political will, etc. And then you are no longer in power, and the music changes. That must hurt on a personal level, doesn't it? Or are you used to it?
It doesn't hurt me at all. It doesn't. You see, if you expect praise from human beings, even the ones that you have done good to, you will be the unhappiest man in the world. If it comes, accept it as bonus. But whatever you do, do it and be ready to defend it before God and man. If there's need for you to defend it before man, yes. If there's need for you to defend it before God, well, you wait until you get to God's kingdom. Either before you get to God's kingdom, whether you go to hell or go to heaven, you know. But on a serious note, don't expect praise or commendation from any human being. If it comes, accept it. Don't be proud of it. Take it as, well, it's like the 10 lepers. 10 lepers. 10 lepers, they were cured by Jesus Christ, just by saying, look, go and show yourself. And one of them said, look, it must be because this man who said we should go and show ourselves that. So I will go back. 9 others did not go back. Only 10%. So if you do good and you get commendation, gratitude from 10%, then you are doing as well as Jesus Christ has done for himself.
Right. So you have to get used to it.
Yeah. Now you have to. If you get more than that, oh yeah, you are on top of the world. But what must be your guiding rule is, look, what I'm doing, can I defend it before God? Is my conscience clear? Am I clear in my conscience?
Yeah.
Can I defend it before God? Can I defend it before objective human beings? Objective human beings.
Right.
And if you can, your conscience is clear. I always say that.
This also comes to leadership lessons, or what you would consider. When the municipal reports came out of some of these were big acts that you did. And I'm just using an example when you went to the bomb blasts in Lagos. And you visited, people didn't expect you. It was a gracious, big leadership act. And then when they began to attack you with questions, you answered by saying, I was not supposed to be here. People said that was lacking in empathy. When you look back, do you wish you hadn't said something?
I don't regret that.
Right.
Look, there's nothing in the Constitution that says when there's a blast, I should go there. As I always say, I was going around to states, both as military head of state and as a president, to see what is going on in the state. But there was nothing in the Constitution that says I should do that. I thought I wasn't supposed to be there. If I've chosen to go there, then that's part of my character. Right. And if you don't appreciate that, that's entirely up to you. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to. Now you ask me, you want to interview. I'm not supposed to say, yes, willy-nilly I will answer you. I can say it's my choice. So, and if I say, oh, you have come, all right, I will grant you interview. You appreciate it, all well and good. You don't appreciate it, all well and good. Right. But I am not, there's no compulsion that I should answer, I should grant you an interview. Is there?
No.
Okay, well, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I can never forget the image. You wrote one of your famous letters. You wrote a letter to Goodluck Jonathan at the time.
What did I say in that?
Essentially, that his leadership was feckless, in summary. Feckless. His leadership was ineffective. You know? And he was away from the reins. And I'm assuming, obviously, you still stand by that. But then, a week after, there you were at the reception for his daughter's wedding.
Well, you see, again, that's part of what you people don't understand.
Yeah.
There's difference between my social relationship with you and my relationship with you as far as Nigeria is concerned. You know, I still hold that position, or the position I hold with Buhari. But if Buhari, on the 1st of January this year, Buhari phoned me and say he was wishing me Happy New Year. I said, Mr. President, I really appreciate it. We didn't do that before. And I said, well, look, Mr. President, I want to wish you rest when you give up at this year. I also want to wish you recuperation, and maybe you will have good time to reflect. And I said, look, when you rest, you settle down. I didn't know whether he will settle down where. So when you settle down and you let me know, I will even come and pay you a visit. And he said, oh, will you? I will. And that what he has done or undone about Nigeria is on record. Even if you want to whitewash it, the amount of white paint that you will need to wash what is deeply black, and then you want to turn it to deeply white. It doesn't work that way. Well, some people cannot separate that, which is unfortunate. Now, that's, well, if you are my son and you do what is wrong, you will be punished. But I'm still your father. If you take me as your father, if you decide that, look, you don't want to take me as your father anymore, that's your lookout.
But people have said, sir, that you are vindictive. President Bola Tinubu said when he was governor of Lagos State, he has said this many times, that you frustrated his attempts at revenue and actually inspired him to now begin to generate revenue internally, that you wanted to cripple Lagos State. And
no, that's absolute nonsense.
Right.
No. I go by constitution.
Right.
The Constitution of Nigeria, which is also enshrined, recognized local governments. And then for me to release fund to local government, it has to be on the basis of 20 local governments. When you then add, is it 37 or 27, whatever, to that, for me to be able to act constitutionally, the Constitution of Nigeria had to change. For as long as that Constitution did not change, then acting along not 20 local government, but 57 local government is unconstitutional.
Right.
So if he doesn't know that, then he doesn't know anything.
Right. But what do you say to that child?
So is it that one that make him to have alpha beta? Huh?
Right. So on the
You didn't answer that.
yes, it's a question for him to answer. Sir.
Okay,
it's a question for President Tinubu to answer about alpha beta. But the charge of vindictiveness, what do you say to that? People have said it more than once. You know, Alami Eseka has said it, Ibori had said it.
Now, well, these people, let them give you chapter and verse. If Ibori has said it, I hope he has not, but if you say he has said it, what happened to Ibori? EFCC investigated Ibori, and they found Ibori has misappropriated about $200 million. And they brought the report to me. And I said, Ibori, come, look at the report. Okay, assuming you have wasted 50 million, go and give EFCC $150 million. Then he came back and said, okay, where should we put it? I said, look, it's not your money, it's the state, your state's money. Give it to your state. He said, how do I do that? Open a central bank account for me, which I did. And then he came back and said, oh, if he just put money in central bank account belonging to Delta, I should open central bank account for all states. I did. Then he thought he was being clever. He took $15 million cash to Ribado. And as Ribado came, I said, put it in their account in central bank. And then we still pursue it. So it was pursued up to London, where he went to prison. So if that is vindictiveness, I would say let Nigeria have more of such vindictiveness.
Third term, sir. Third term. Answered this a couple of times. Now, the people who believe you, you know, when you said you didn't seek, and you said that everything, you've never had to fight for anything, that God gives you things. People said, okay, if you didn't seek third term, why didn't you vehemently discourage people like Tony Anene, who were said to be lobbying? Maybe it wasn't you, but these were your handsmen. Why didn't you discourage them firmly from asking for a third term for you?
But did Anene tell you that I ever said to him, go and do the third term for me?
No, he didn't. Okay. But you could have asked him to stop, sir.
But he didn't tell me doing it. He did not.
So you were not aware?
I'm not aware that Anene is lobbying for third term.
Or anybody else?
No. The governors are, some of them, but they were doing it for themselves.
How so?
Because if the president get third term, they too will also get third term.
Right.
And there was nothing that would stop them because they were not doing it for the president, they were doing it for themselves.
So why don't people believe you when you say, when some people believe you, or many people believe you when you say you didn't want a third term? Why does it keep coming up, sir?
Well, why does it keep coming up when they even know that the amount of money spent in for NEPA is not what Yaradua called it or what Buhari called it? You answer that question.
Those are heavy allegations, sir. Right. So it's just the nature of the political game, is what you're saying.
I was military head of state, and Sharia became an issue in the Constituent Assembly. I think it was Constituent Assembly, yes. And I called somebody who was very vehement. I called him, I said, look, you, Sharia Court of Appeal, you won't go there. You won't take any issue there. He said, yes. But why are you? He said, politics. Politics. So what suits people politically, they will say or do, not what they believe,
right,
or what they mean. So I don't go by what people say, I go by what people do.
Spoken a bit about character and integrity, yeah? And people, when they want to throw mud at you, say, but you, Seth, you too were corrupt. And then they talk about, they say, ask questions like, how did he get the money to establish Bells University? How did he get the expanse of land for the Obasanjo complex?
Look,
how is he so wealthy?
Okay, go to Bells University, let them see the account. I started as a secondary school, and I built every house in the school by myself, direct labor.
Direct labor by yourself?
Direct labor. And you can go there. And when the university came, I wanted to leave the university. Then they went there. And what really impressed them was the laboratory. And they said, oh, they would take the laboratory. This is good for a university. So, and the university on its own is self-propelled. If you go there today, what the Parents Association have done in that university, you won't believe.
Right. I want to point just generally to the idea that you're a very wealthy person. I mean, we're in this sprawling complex.
Yes. This one, you can go down and you can go into a book what people gave.
Right.
So if others don't know how to raise fund to do this type of thing, then don't cast aspersion on those who do.
This year you wrote another of the letters that shook the political firmament. But what was more striking, was you said this letter is for the young people. You kept referring to the young people, the young people. Why was that so important to you?
Now, the young people are very important. And in any society, you ignore your young people, you ignore the society. And what do we say today in Nigeria? More than 60% of our population are below the age of 25 or 25 and under, something like that. Now, what are you going to do about them? What are you going to do for them? When, of course, those who come to power, all they think about is the next election, not the next generation. And for as long as we are not thinking of the next generation, we are destroying their future.
Right. That's why that's important to you.
It is very important to me. It is very important to me.
Part of the fire from that letter was, I mean, you mentioned Alpha Beta with our new president. You were very...
I'm not
going to talk about it.
Yes, it's because you said he then went to look for alternative funding.
Yes.
So alternative funding for whom? For the state or for himself? Or for the state and himself?
Why was Peter Obi so important to you? You know, you stood...
It's not Peter Obi that is important to me, it's Nigeria. You see, that's the type of thing that you people do and say that annoys me.
Okay.
Okay, Peter Obi is not the issue.
Okay.
Nigeria to me is the issue. Okay. So, when you say, Peter Obi is Peter Obi, it's Nigeria.
So it was because of Nigeria that you thought this was the man?
Yes.
Right.
For Nigeria that I believe we need to have at this point in time, Peter Obi is
still the man.
That's all.
So did any of your successors impress you in any way? Any of them? Yaradua?
Oh, you see, again, that's the type of thing you people say. And look, I don't have a hero except Jesus Christ. And I said, even with Jesus Christ, the man aspect of him is not perfect. Okay? But there are certain things that you may have. Take Mandela. How can you stay in prison for 27 years and still have no grudge against those who put you in prison? I believe that is extraordinary.
Yeah.
That is extraordinary.
Yeah.
And I will respect him eternally for that. But there are other aspects of his life that I will not accept.
Right.
Okay? So that goes for anything. If you take any man, there may be certain aspect of life that I don't have a hero.
Right. Yeah. No, I have to ask this, sir. Why was it so important to you to go back to school?
I went to school first. I want to show by example that there's no age limit or position limit to education. So if I have been president of Nigeria and at the age of 80 I'm pursuing formal education, what will you say at the age of 50? How old are you?
38.
38?
Yes, sir.
At the age of 38, you are still a baby. You are not going to school. So I think there's that, on a serious note, that aspect. On the other hand, I chose to study Christian theology.
Yes.
Because I want to learn more about God so that I can worship Him better. And anything you learn about, you will understand it and take
Steps to
notice of it or do whatever you need to do about it.
Yeah.
That's all. And I enjoy it, and it was good for me. And
What do you think is going to happen to Nigeria under 8 years of President Bola Tinubu? Will we succeed?
I will not comment.
Okay, that's fine. I figured that, but I had to ask, what is the legacy that you most want to be remembered for?
That I came here, and God was immeasurably kind to me.
I said the video is beyond politics. This video is about life application. Because I think I've learned a lot of things about this man in just this video I watch now. Because he was saying things about how you perceive life. Because how you perceive life matters a lot to your happiness and everything. And he said, if you do that, if you are doing things, you are not doing it because you want people to commend you. That if you get commendation is a bonus, but that's not the main reason why you should be doing it. You should be doing things because that's your belief. That's what you want to do. And before I say anything again, he mentioned that P2B actually the man for us, and he's the man for the job because of what he believed that P2B have all it takes. He have that integrity, he have that accountability, all that leaders want, because he exposed the previous leaders of how they are doing things for their own personal interest, which is not what Nigerians want at this time. We need someone that has the people in mind, and that's P2B for us. And this man have come to make it so clear that we do not want anybody else than P2B. Like he said, for me to get the Nigeria I want, P2B is the man for us. Olusegun Obasanjo, this is what he said. I believe watch it at the beginning of the video and also at the end of the video. This is because he believes so much that what Nigeria needs now is someone that's accountable, someone that can stand in his word. Because P2B are proving that when he was the governor for 8 good years, he did not have any, and I mean he don't have anything, any bad record. All he had was good records upon good record, and we know how he maximized the money he got from Anambra State. And that's why I keep on saying that's why this government is fighting P2B. Like everybody, this government, both the senators, the House of Representatives, everybody They are fighting P2B, both the INEC chairman, they are all fighting P2B. Because why? P2B should emerge the leader of Nigeria. All of them know that they are packing, they are going home. Because P2B is a man that cannot stay where corruption is eating up. He will come there, he will destroy that corruption system. Because right now, the INEC and everybody will try their possible best to make sure that P2B does not win the election so that they can still remain in seat. Because they know that if P2B should win, that their seat is vacant. Automatically vacant. So they will still fight. Like I said, next election will not be easy for P2B, for anybody, because this current government will fight everything within their power so that they can also win the extra 4 years, because this is actually an 8 years for Tinubu, or else something happens in the run. Because this government, they'll be so determined. Because check now, so they started campaigning, and this is what Obasanjo said, that we don't want leaders that are working for the next election. Instead, that we need leaders that are working for the next generation. And exactly what he said is exactly what P2B stands for. P2B is saying, I am not after the seat, I am after Nigerians, I am after a new Nigeria. Let us make a better place for our generation, for our unborn kids. This is what P2B always say. That means that P2B have the next generation in mind and not election. And P2B and this man even have the same wisdom and the same kind of nature of politics. So P2B see that let's not just focus on election, but focus on the next generation. Exactly what this man said. You see how this man has just come out to vindicate P2B, and I keep on saying that all the enemies of P2B, even though that come to attack me in my comment section, that I'm happy P2B, that I should go and sit down, that they unfollow me for supporting P2B, but I've received so many threats on my comment section about unsubscribing from my channel and for me supporting P2B, this and that I'm telling lies. Here is a pure evidence that this man, you can never lie against P2B, you can never lie against this man called P2B. P2B is no longer a person. I keep on saying it. P2B is a brand, and it's a brand you cannot toy with. You can imagine APC coming out to even agree and accept that P2B is the biggest threat they've had in the history of politics. Because P2B is a movement. Imagine P2B now has a logo and people are not campaigning with a logo. P2B is not doing anything campaign. P2B is just doing the normal business, helping life, and people are coming in millions with the new logo to campaign for P2B. This is what I say. P2B is a force, it's a brand, not like a person. And Olusegun Obasanjo came out to give me the exact thing I wanted to hear about P2B and about leadership. I learned a lot from that video, and I hope you too learned a lot from the video. But you can now air your own views in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you find this video interesting, because to me, I think if you watch to the end, you learn a lot aside politics. You learn about life, how to follow life, how to handle matters that are arising, because this man handled everything with wisdom. He exposed Tinubu that everything Tinubu is doing for the next election and for his own personal interest, not for the interest of the people he's leading. And this is so clear, because tell me why they will buy private jet for the president. For what? Yeah, amidst the hunger, you are buying the private jet for the president, and tell me why they are even renovating houses of these senators, house of VP, spending billions on naira, whereas we don't have any money in Nigeria. We are struggling with Nigeria to survive, but what our government could think of is buy private jet. And let's not talk about the government, because I've talked a lot about them. So I'd like to air your view to comment section. That basically guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned guys. This is your boy again, Kids World. Always subscribe and give us a thumbs up. You can share our videos for the world to see this good news or this educative section of Obasanjo. I will see you in my next video. Stay tuned guys.